In the Room podcast, making his pro debut at CES 65 on November 7th. I have Triforce MMA fighter Tyrime Dasilva in the house. My friend, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good, Steve. How are you?
I'm doing excellent, my man. Congratulations on taking that next step, man, and going pro.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting.
What was the decision? You fought at Cage Titans 48, that first card back. It was kind of a number one title, amateur title contender spot. You won with a second round finish in that fight. And then, in the back room, we interviewed and, talk about pro, talk about going for that title. And then here we are making this, this pro debut. What was the decision to take that step?
Yeah. Well, really, coaches saw something else that he wanted, and going pro rather than staying on the amateur scene. Like I'm climbing in age, and might as well just get the pro career started, get going there, right? Why not? The amateur title would have been nice, but I think the big picture was taken into consideration regarding everything. Um, Yeah, I think the amateur title fight and the pro fight would have been around the same level, but again, rather than being 4-0 as an amateur, I start 0-0 and then I go 1-0. So we start this bad boy up and get it going that way.
Well, my friend, couldn't come at a better time. CES is in Providence, man, right around the corner from where you are. Triforce is right down the road. Man, how excited are you to, not only make your pro debut for such a great organization, but right in your backyard?
Right. I know it's exciting. I have, a lot more people hitting me up for tickets and stuff. I'm excited. I'm excited to put on a show for them. Yeah, couldn't have worked out better, huh? Like, just pro debut in my home state. It's awesome. I'll take it. I'll take it. Right.
Well, you had that last fight in July. It was the first fight back, since everything shut down. You were, in your couple of fights before that, you were active kind of back to back, finishing two guillotine chokes, two first round finishes. You come back, you get another finish. You went to the second round this time. Now, you're making that pro debut. What's the step here as far as, from the amateurs to the pro? I know you're always grappling and training with fighters that are pros and you're getting them ready for their fights. But as far as you focusing on your training for this fight, what's the difference between, a grueling camp for an amateur fight and a grueling camp for your, step in the pros?
Right. Well, during my amateur career, man, I tried to take it as serious as I could. So really no differences. Just in the gym, getting after it, cardio, everything, strength and conditioning sessions. Just approaching it the same. I didn't, even when I was an amateur, it was still a fight to me. So I still had to be prepped, still had to go in there well equipped, mentally and physically. So it's not something that I ever take lightly. Really, just yeah.
Well, my friend, you're going into battle with a few guys you roll with, get punched in the face, punched back in the face. Man, how excited is that? Some of these guys have made their pro debut for CES in the past. Now it's your turn. How's it feel to be, training with a couple of guys that are actually on the same card and going to be, firing on all cylinders that same night?
Exactly. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, Duma and I are fighting. Ryan Pompey is fighting. Yeah, just all in the gym, all in camp. Kind of like right before COVID. It's pretty cool. Everyone's getting that work. Just trying to make sure, at peak level for their fight. So helping each other get there, grinding. It's exciting. It's exciting. I think maybe the last two cards I fought on, I was the only one of my teammates on those cards. So that stuff, fighting by yourself, it's like, okay, all right, let's do this. It's fun. But, when you have your teammates there with you, it's different. It's a different feel, right? You're backing each other up on that same night, all going to war on the same night. So it's pretty cool. I'm excited. Forward to it.
Well, you got a kid coming in from Vermont to, come into your backyard. He's been in there before. He fought for CES. Didn't come away with a win, but he's a scrapper. He's got a lot of amateur fights under his belt. pretty decent record as an amateur, scrapper kid, even either finish or be finished for him, it seems like.
Uh,
Josh Hardy coming from Vermont, man. What do you know about him? It's kind of hard to, keep track of these amateurs until they actually get thrown in your face. But now that you got a chance to look at him, what are you thinking about the kid?
um, just like you said, a scrapper. He goes out there and he kind of lays it all out. He goes for it. Definitely one thing I've noticed about him. Uh, yeah. As far as studying him too much, I know he only has one pro fight and then the amateur fights. So I don't like to get too in depth on my opponents. I like to kind of take a look at him, see what it is, and I don't like to kind of formulate too much of an opinion on him, because it's fight night, it's a fight, anything can happen. So, yeah.
Well,
Right.
you got great coaches that are doing that all for you, man, with the game plans and everything else. John Duma seems, he's usually in your corner when you're fighting and stuff like that. Who's taking his place to? Actually, no, I doubt he'd be cornering you unless he is, man. But who's going to be in your corner for this pro debut?
No, he won't be. I think it might be the same corner from my last fight. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Who's busy, who's not. Um, yeah, yeah. I know. Nate will be there, and Coach Pete, and then one more of my teammates, whether it's Dion or Dan Cormier. We'll see. We'll
Excellent.
see.
Well, there's a couple of names right there that no slouches in the cage or in the ring there. As far as preparation and what do we got? Like 2.5 weeks or so, man. What's left in the last 2.5 weeks of this pro debut that you've never experienced? You know what I mean? It's something new.
I know it is. It is. Definitely finishing this week up strong. Something that has changed in this camp is just getting a bunch of 5-minute rounds in, 6-minute rounds in. Pushing yourself, seeing what that feels like, just the duration of it. Um, yeah, just finishing this week up strong. First couple days of next week, I'll be going strong too, going hard, and then ease up and get ready for battle.
Well, brother, last thing, shout outs and social media. You still got tickets to sell. I'm sure there's not many left in your pocket, but let's get them last ones sold for you.
Yeah, yeah, right. Social media, Instagram, my name at Tyrime D. Social media, Facebook, Tyrime Dasilva. Yeah. Hit me up for tickets, guys. Got a couple left. Come through. Enjoy the show.
Excellent, man. Well, pleasure talking to you, brother, and congratulations on making your pro debut and doing it in your backyard and for CES, my man.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right.